What's up, my kings, queens, and trolls of YouTube? This is your girl, Queen C, and you are not looking at Queen C's face. The face that you're looking at is actually the face of a pedophile child molester who was on the Dr. Phil show yesterday, May 2nd. And listen briefly to what he said.
Molested my sister twice. The first time she had fallen asleep on the couch, and I had just gotten done watching pornography, and I just remember going out there being like, oh, okay. And then I started touching her. 20 minutes in, I tried to have sex with her, but it didn't work. I tried again, didn't work, so I just gave up and continued touching her. Maybe 30 minutes into it, something told me, hey, this isn't right, you shouldn't be doing this. This is your sister. It's like the other half of my brain just said, oh, who cares? I want what I want, and I'm gonna get what I want.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it right there. So, we need to talk about this because when I tell you I have a special type of disgust when it comes to perverts and pedophiles, I kid you not. When I saw that episode, I was so freaking disgusted. The mom was sitting on the couch, and she just was sitting on, she was just repulsive to me. Like, she just was like disgusting and repulsive to me. The dad came out on stage, the sister, you know, came out and confronted him and stuff like that. And before they brought the pervert out, basically Dr. Phil asked the young lady, he was like, you know, do you feel comfortable? Are you okay? Because I do not believe in putting the victims out here with their aggressors and their attackers. He said, but only if you know, you're of age and you feel as though you can do this, will I do it? And she was like, yes, I'm fine with it. And she wanted to confront him. So anyway, this smug Norman Bates looking bastard came out there and sat out there, and these were the things that he literally said. What I let you hear is what he was sharing on stage. He was so nonchalant about the fact that he was molesting his sister. Now, mind you, his sister was not the only person that he molested. At age 9, he also molested a 5-year-old girl. At age 12, he molested a 6-year-old girl. And these are the only things that they have on record. This is what they have on record. Ain't no telling how many other victims were out there. Ain't no telling how many other people are going to come forward after seeing this show. But either way, you know, when he molested the 5-year-old little girl, the police actually were called by the little girl's parents, and they came over to talk to them. Now, the mom claims that she told the police that he did it, that he said that he did it, but ultimately the dad came home from work and made the police leave. That makes no damn sense. That makes absolutely no sense. How do you have the police on scene and him saying, yes, I molested the little girl, and the mom saying, yes, I molested the little girl? No, y'all didn't say that. The mom, you could tell she was making excuses for him. The dad was definitely making excuses for him. The son actually said, Norman Bates Jr. actually said that he felt as though he started getting these problems and these urges because when he was younger, he stumbled across his dad's pornography collection. And then also, when he got a little bit older, he saw his dad cross-dressing. Now, look, I cannot tell people what to do in their own home. What you do in your home, what your little funky fetishes are and your freak shit is, that's none of my business. But I will say this. You have to be very, very careful about the things that you expose your children to. Because when you expose children to things that their mind cannot make sense of and that they really can't comprehend on the same level that adults can comprehend it, they will act out and they will do some shit that might end up hurting somebody, just like this freak right here on Dr. Phil. Now, basically, you know, he sat up there and, like I said, he described, you know, touching his sister and putting his hands down her pants and all this nasty, trifling shit. So Dr. Phil, being Dr. Phil, he offers this boy some serious help because you can look at him and tell that he is on the verge of hurting somebody else. This motherfucker is unstable as hell. He's unstable as a plant sitting on marble, okay? He is bound to tip over and freaking break. He already has been to counselors and treatment programs that he's walked out of, that his parents have allowed him to leave, and he does not want to stay in them. He has not completed any of them, and he goes and he's back to watching pornography. He's back to doing all these things that will eventually help him offend again. He's unstable. You can look at his face, his eyes, his body his body mannerisms, everything. You just look at him and tell that he is going to do something to somebody else. So basically, Dr. Phil offers him this help, and this bastard declines Dr. Phil's help because he felt as though Dr. Phil should have offered him some outpatient help where he lived. And the parents are just sitting there. The dad's making excuses for him. The mom's just sitting there looking stupid. Now, these are the same people that allowed him to walk out of the other treatment centers that he was in. And when he was in some of those treatment centers, he would snap, and he actually snapped and went out into the parking lot and started destroying the cars out in the parking lot, busting the windows, taking the caps off the gas tank, he was denting the doors, breaking the mirrors off. He was doing all kind of crazy stuff. And you mean to tell me that at this point right now, while he is in the care of the Dr. Phil show, these people, his parents, are going to let him walk out of there without getting treatment? If that was my damn monster, if he was my monster, I would have signed whatever I had to sign to have his ass committed. He would have been wrapped in a damn straitjacket and shipped off to hell if that's where I had to put him before I would allow my monster to go out there and offend other people. But the parents is just sitting there looking stupid, and then the mom is like, oh, Dr. Phil, I'm so afraid. I think he might offend again. Now, mind you, the mom already knew it was something wrong with him because when he was younger, he kept on grabbing the mom's breast and poking the mom's breast. And she's saying this on Dr. Phil. He's denying it, but she's saying this on Dr. Phil. So you mean to tell me, dumbass, that you knew that your son was doing some inappropriate things and you left him around your daughter and you left your daughter exposed to him? You basically allowed your daughter to be prey right in front of this monster. And then not only did she allow her daughter to be prey, but check this out. This is even the most craziest part to me. After this boy had molested the sister at least on 2 occasions, when he left the treatment facilities on his own, do you know that this dumb ass mother allowed him to come to her home and spend the night? He was living with the dad because the mom had the daughter and the dad had him. He was living with the dad. But do you know that this dumb ass bastard would still allow him to come and spend the night in the house with the daughter and let that daughter still be prey? She said she had to lock her doors because she was afraid. She said she had to lock the bathroom doors because she was afraid that he would try to do it again. And why would the mom allow this bastard back in the home? I'm telling y'all, this world and people are so fucked up in the head and so warped. I do not understand how people rationalize having a pedophile, a pervert, a child molester in the house around babies and make excuses for them. Y'all, they try to justify in their mind. They tell themselves all kind of stupid shit. I have never seen anything so crazy in my life. It's like the pedophile, the monsters, they have a bigger support system than the damn victims. It makes no sense. Like, you know, they say, oh, well, it's okay. You know, I know what he did, but I'll watch him. I'll make sure he doesn't do it again. I'll be in the same room with him. I'll protect him. I'll do this. I'll make sure that there is no way in the world you can watch somebody 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days of the year. There's no way in hell you can do that. The moment you blink, the moment you go to sleep, the moment you do anything, the victim in the house, you are leaving to be the prey of that aggressor. And I don't know how people rationalize that type of shit. You got to be pretty twisted, pretty warped, and pretty damn dumb to rationalize some shit like that. And I know people that do it. I know people that do it, and it's beyond me. Like, I think it's the craziest thing ever. But I'm gonna post this clip down in the link. I want y'all to see this. I want y'all to take note of his mannerism, his facial expression, the look in his eyes, the way that he speaks, the way that he trembles, because it's some sick fucking people out here. It's some sick people out here, and we got to be more diligent in protecting our babies, because you see these parents. Now, this guy is noticeably sick to the human eye. He's noticeably deranged to the human eye. He is noticeably deranged. There is not a soul on the face of this earth that cannot look at this bastard and tell that it is something mentally and physically wrong with him. With that being said, Even a parent cannot look at him and deny that it is something wrong with him. So while we're out here living our everyday lives and you know, raising our little productive members of society and stuff like that, it's people out here that are raising monsters and they're turning a blind eye to it. They're acting like it doesn't exist. They're protecting them so they don't get in trouble. They're protecting them so that they can cover up the things that they do to hurt other people's children. Look at this motherfucker. Look at this bastard. Take a deep, deep, deep look into his face and recognize those type of people are everywhere, and you have to be very vigilant in watching your children. You got to be very careful about where you let your children go. You got to be careful who you let your children stay with. You got to be careful of whose house you let your child go over, who you let your children play with. You got to be careful. You got to be on top of it, because there's people out there that are supporting these people, making them feel like it's okay to offend and molest and hurt other people. You gotta be careful. You cannot count on nobody. You cannot count on anybody but yourselves to protect your children, because guess what? Grandparents are weak and stupid. Aunts, uncles, cousins, all these people, they are weak and they are stupid, and they are not going to protect your children like you are. Now, in some instances, you might have some family members and some grandparents out there that have some common sense, but trust me and trust and believe me when I tell you, there are a lot of them out there that are just as sick, stupid, warped, demented, and just pieces of shit, just like this guy we just seen on TV. So you have to watch over your children, guard your children, be careful about where you let them spend the night. I don't even want my children spending the night over anybody else's house. I don't even want my children around people, because I'm scared. You can't even say it's a boy that's a molester or a girl's a molester. They're both. You can't say, oh, little kids don't know anything about molesting anybody. Yes, they do. He was a kid. He was 9 years old. He was 9 years old when they documented his first offense. So y'all be careful and watch your babies, okay? Email me at queenchrisshonda@gmail.com if you have any questions. If you want to comment, please comment in the video below. Like me on Facebook at the Queen C-Hive. Follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter at Queen Chrishonda. And until next time, peace from the C-Hive, guys. This shit got me hot, real hot.